All right, today we're going to dig into a story about an entire industry that's basically hitting a brick wall. But what's really interesting is that the solution isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter and a whole lot faster. Let's get into it.
So, look, it's no secret that building a new home right now is incredibly difficult. The entire industry is feeling this immense squeeze from all sides. And the stakes are just incredibly high, not only for the builders, but really for anyone who hopes to buy a home.
You know, we tend to focus on the obvious stuff, like material costs and those crazy interest rates. But this explainer, which is based on some really sharp industry analysis, suggests the real villain is something that's been hiding in plain sight the whole time.
So first, let's just lay out the immense pressure that builders are under right now. We're talking about an industry that has been pushed to its absolute limit.
It's really a perfect storm of factors. You've got these whiplashing interest rates that mess with buyer demand. Meanwhile, material and labor costs are just stubbornly high. All of this crushes affordability for buyers, which in turn squeezes the builder's profit margins down to almost nothing. It's a really impossible situation.
In the past, a builder might try to solve this by putting pressure on their subcontractors for lower prices, or maybe finding some cheaper materials, but those wells have totally run dry. The old tricks just aren't enough to handle the massive financial pressures they're up against. Something fundamental has to change.
And this brings us to the core idea of this whole analysis. The problem isn't just about money, it's about time.
This is the true enemy. And it's not a single person or a company, it's a culture. It's this deeply ingrained belief that, yeah, things are going to go wrong, schedules are going to slip, and rework is just part of the job. It's this tolerance for wasted time that is quietly bleeding profits away. The late, great industry consultant Fletcher Groves III saw this coming years ago. His argument was so simple, but it was also kind of radical. The fastest builder wins, even if they have lower margins. It's all about how quickly you can turn your investment over and start the next project. In this model, speed is the profit engine.
And this table just illustrates his point brilliantly. Just look at this comparison. The high-margin builder, well, they look better on paper, with a 24% margin. But because they take 180 days to build a home, their profitability is half, literally half, that of the fast builder, who gets a home done in just 80 days, even with a lower margin. The fast builder can build 2 homes and generate profit twice in the time it takes the other builder to finish just 1.
Groves used this really powerful analogy. A home build is like a relay race with dozens of different trades. You've got the framers, the plumbers, the electricians, all handing off the project to the next team. A clean handoff is absolutely critical. Any mistake, no matter how small, is like dropping the baton. The whole race just grinds to a halt.
And we're not talking about some catastrophic failure here. The delays are usually caused by these painfully mundane, tiny little errors. Forgetting to install a small piece of fire blocking or misplacing a plumbing cleanout. I mean, it might seem minor, but it can cause a failed inspection which forces multiple teams to be rescheduled and waste days, if not weeks.
So, if the real enemy is wasted time caused by dropping the baton in this relay race, well, how do you fix it? This is where modern tech comes in, applying Groves' core principle in a really practical way.
See, the key isn't to micromanage every single task. No, the key is to obsessively manage the transition points. If you can guarantee a clean, perfect handoff from one trade to the next, you basically eliminate 90% of the potential for delays.
This quote from Alden Traljic at Traceair just nails it. They developed a tool called TraceWalk 360 Degree for this exact purpose. It's designed to make sure that when the plumber leaves, their work is 100% complete and correct before the drywall team even thinks about setting foot on site. No surprises, no dropped batons.
And the process itself is deceptively simple. A site superintendent just uses an app to take these 360-degree photos of the work that's just been done. They run through a digital, standardized checklist to make sure everything is perfect, and only then do they certify that the stage is complete and ready for the next trade partner. It's simple, it's visual, and it's verifiable.
Okay, so what does this shift actually look like in the real world? Well, it's a fundamental change, really, from a reactive mindset to a proactive one.
This slide shows that transformation perfectly. Before, you have these chaotic, inconsistent inspections that can vary from one superintendent to the next, which leads to problems being discovered way too late. Afterward, you have a disciplined, repeatable process. Quality control is standardized, and you're actively preventing problems before they can even happen.
And this isn't just some theory. Here's a quote from Greg Paradis, a director of construction. He actually calls it a game changer.
It's not just about finding mistakes. It's a tool for communication and accountability that helps them resolve issues with trade partners quickly and visually.
And this part is so key. While the tool creates this fantastic visual record, its real power isn't in looking backward at what went wrong. It's in building a system that prevents errors from ever being made in the first place. It's all about managing risk proactively, not just reacting to it after the fact.
So let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture here. What does all of this really mean for the future of home building?
I absolutely love this quote. It's a guardrail for velocity. Think about a guardrail on a winding mountain road. It doesn't actually slow you down. It gives you the confidence to maintain your speed because you know you're protected from making a catastrophic error. That's exactly what this system does for a build cycle. And what about the return on investment? Well, it's incredibly simple. If this system helps a builder prevent just one failed inspection or one significant rework cycle on a single house, it has more than paid for itself on that project. That's it, just one. But the real payoff? It's even bigger than that. By shrinking the time it takes to build each home, you're not just saving a few days here and there. You are potentially opening up the capacity to build an entire extra round of homes within a year, all with the exact same capital investment. You're not just saving money, you're actually generating brand new revenue.
Ultimately, yeah, this story is about home building, but the principle behind it is universal. It's about finding that hidden enemy of inefficiency in our own work. It's a challenge to look at our own processes, our own relay races, and ask ourselves, where am I dropping the baton? Where is a tiny mistake costing me more than I realize? Because in a world of constant pressure, the real question is, where is that hidden value of speed just waiting to be unlocked in your world?